Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Jax Taylor has revealed that she should never have married Brittany Cartwright. When he says this, he does not mean it as a jab at her. Jax is taking the blame for the entire situation. This is new, and fans have only started seeing this recently after he got sober. Taylor has opened up and been honest about his dating life as well. Keep reading to find out more about this situation. Brittany Cartwright and Jax Taylor were together for a long time. However, Brittany finally had enough and called it quits. Jax decided to check himself into a rehab center. This was the first time Jax ever admitted that he needed help. Later on, Jax was diagnosed with bipolar disorder. He also revealed that he was a cocaine addict and has been sober from alcohol and cocaine now. The two were not meant to be together, and fans saw that. Jax was not good to Brittany, and fans are proud of her for leaving. However, they have been together for a long time, and this was not an easy decision for her since they have a child together. Jax Taylor has opened up and revealed that he should never have married Brittany Cartwright. I think about it now, and I just don't personally think I am supposed to be in a relationship. I just don't think I'm supposed to be married. You know, I've known this my whole life. I love her and I want to be with her, and this is what you should do, you know. And deep down inside, I've always known that I was never the person to get married. The person wasn't the problem. Like, Brittany wasn't the problem. I'm the problem. I get bored being in relationships. I don't want to be in a relationship. I just don't like it. It seems as though Jax thinks that he is the problem. However, he has known forever that he was not the type of guy to be tied down. This is why he is saying he should never have gotten married to Brittany. Fans do not see a problem with him dating around as long as he is honest and doesn't continue to cheat on women. What do you think about this situation? Do you think Jax is starting to take accountability for things? Jax Taylor, the former Vanderpump Rules bad boy, is turning heads once again, but not for the usual scandals and headline-grabbing antics. This time, the buzz centers around a startling confession that's both heartbreaking and refreshingly honest. Jax believes he should have never married Brittany Cartwright. While some might see this as a jab at his estranged wife, Jax is making it clear this revelation isn't about blame. It's about taking accountability. For once, he's not pointing fingers or dodging responsibility. Instead, he's turning the spotlight inward and owning the choices that led to their fractured marriage. The candid admission comes on the heels of a life-changing journey, one that includes rehab, sobriety, and a diagnosis that forced Jax to confront the chaos he's created, not just in his marriage, but in his life. Now sober from alcohol and cocaine and freshly diagnosed with bipolar disorder, the 44-year-old reality star is offering a clearer, unfiltered view of who he is and why things with Brittany may have never stood a chance. Jax and Brittany's relationship was anything but typical. They first met in Las Vegas in 2015, and from the very beginning, it was fireworks, both romantic and explosive. Brittany, a sweet Southern girl from Kentucky, seemed like the last person fans expected Jax to fall for. And yet, she moved to Los Angeles to be with him, embracing a new life that would put her in the center of the Vanderpump Rules universe. Viewers watched as their love unfolded on screen, sometimes with joy and often with heartbreak. Jax's cheating scandal with former SUR employee Faith Stowers nearly destroyed the couple. Yet Brittany stood by him, forgiving and hoping he would change. Many fans questioned her decision, while others admired her loyalty and determination to make it work. Despite the ups and downs, the couple tied the knot in a lavish Kentucky wedding in 2019, broadcast for all the world to see. At the time, it felt like a fairy tale ending, or at least the start of one. But behind the glittering ceremony and Instagram-worthy moments, cracks were already beginning to show. By early 2024, rumors swirled that Jax and Brittany were headed toward a split. Those whispers became reality when Brittany announced their separation in March 2024. At the time, she hinted at ongoing struggles but stopped short of publicly placing blame. "Sometimes, love isn't enough," she told fans. "I had to choose what was best for me and for our son." Fans were quick to rally behind her. Over the years, Brittany had gained admiration for her patience, her strength, and her unwavering commitment to her family. For many, the separation was long overdue. The consensus? Jax had simply taken too much and given too little. Still, even amid the fallout, Brittany never spoke ill of Jax. In interviews and social media posts, she remained respectful, calling him a good dad, and noting that they were working on co-parenting their son, Cruz, who was born in 2021. But Jax's version of the story was still unfolding, and the most revealing chapter was yet to come. In a surprising twist, Jax announced that he had checked himself into rehab following the breakup. He later shared that he had been struggling, not just with substance abuse, but with his mental health. The biggest revelation: a diagnosis of bipolar disorder that finally gave him a name for the internal chaos he had been experiencing for years. In an emotional interview, Jax said, "It was like someone finally turned the light on. I had spent years acting out, blowing up my relationships, self-sabotaging. And for the first time, I understood why." The diagnosis and subsequent treatment sparked what appears to be a significant turning point for Jax. He has since committed to sobriety, staying clean from alcohol and cocaine, and begun therapy. But perhaps the most startling change is in the way he talks about his past behavior. Gone are the deflections and excuses that once defined his public persona. In their place is a man who seems genuinely remorseful and painfully aware of the damage he's done. In a recent appearance on his When Reality Hits podcast, Jax shocked listeners by saying, "I think about it now, and I just don't personally think I am supposed to be in a relationship. I just don't think I'm supposed to be married. You know, I've known this my whole life." He continued, "I love her and I wanted to be with her, and this is what you should do, you know? And deep, deep, deep down inside, I've always known that I was never the person to get married. The person wasn't the problem. Like Brittany wasn't the problem. I'm the problem." For fans who had long criticized Jax's immaturity and reckless behavior, this was a watershed moment. Here was a man who had for years blamed others for his shortcomings, finally admitting that the issue had always been within. "I get bored being in relationships," he confessed. "I don't want to be in a relationship. I just don't like it." While the honesty is painful, many see it as a necessary step toward growth. For once, Jax isn't villainizing his ex or spinning the narrative. He's accepting that he was never cut out for the kind of commitment he tried to force. While the public is still absorbing Jax's transformation, Brittany has been focusing on healing. She recently moved into her own home and has leaned heavily on her friends and family for support. On her podcast, she expressed her hopes for the future, saying, "I want peace, I want happiness, and I want to be the best mom I can be." Sources close to the couple say that co-parenting has been mostly amicable, with both prioritizing Cruz above all else. "He's a great dad when he's present," one insider noted. But Brittany is still the one doing the heavy lifting. There's also speculation about whether either of them will return to the Valley, the Vanderpump Rules spin-off series they currently star in. Some fans have called for Brittany to have her own show, one that focuses on her journey as a single mom and independent woman. As for Jax, he's been using his platform to talk about mental health, sobriety, and his continued efforts to become a better person. While skepticism remains, especially given his long history of backtracking, there's cautious optimism that this time might actually be different. Reactions to Jax's statements have been mixed. Some fans appreciate the honesty and see it as a sign of true growth. "This is the most self-aware I've ever seen him," one fan commented on Reddit. It's actually kind of sad. Like he really sabotaged something good because he didn't understand himself. Others are more cynical. It's great that he's sober, but let's not pretend like Brittany didn't suffer for years before he figured this out, another wrote. Still, there's a general sense of support for both parties as they navigate life after marriage. Brittany is being praised for her strength and grace, while Jax, despite his flaws, is being encouraged to stay the course and continue his journey of self-improvement. Jax Taylor's confession that he should never have married Brittany Cartwright is more than just a soundbite. It's a sobering reflection of a man coming to terms with who he is. It's not a blame game. It's not an attempt to rewrite history. It's a raw, vulnerable moment of clarity from someone who, for the first time, seems ready to face the truth. Marriage isn't for everyone, and love, no matter how strong, isn't always enough to overcome deep-seated personal issues. Jax and Brittany's story is a cautionary tale, but it's also a story of growth, painful, messy, and ultimately human. Whether or not Jax remains on this new path is anyone's guess. But one thing is clear, this time, he's not hiding. He's standing in his truth, flaws and all. And for that, he deserves at least a sliver of credit. As Brittany charts a new future for herself and their son, and as Jax works on becoming a better version of himself, fans are left with one final hope, that both find peace, happiness, and healing in whatever comes next. Please subscribe and keep watching for more detailed videos.